Our story begins high over New York City in the luxurious penthouse apartment of perhaps the most unlikely genius the world has ever known. Sorry, you caught me doing my yoga. You were expecting downward dog, perhaps? My name is Mr. Peabody. And since we're going to be spending some time together, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. You see, ever since I was a pup, it was clear that I was different. I tried to fit in.
No, thank you.
But never could. As I grew, I saw more and more of my litter mates being chosen by their new families. But for some reason, I never was.
Come on, boy. Fetch the stick.
But why? Won't you just throw it again? It's an exercise in futility.
I don't want this one, Mommy. He's sarcastic.
Wait! Come back! Throw the stick! I'll stay, I'll heal, I'll even shake hands! Bark!
So, without a family of my own, I dedicated myself to the pursuit of knowledge, culture, and athletics. I received my degree at Harvard, valedictorian, of course. And then I devoted myself to helping mankind. I pioneered new techniques in alternative energy, resolved geopolitical conflicts around the globe. And in my spare time, I invented the fist bump, planking, tearaway pants, auto-tune, the backside ollie, and Zumba.
Now go. Stop. Drop. Pause.
But what I'm most proud of is my son, Sherman.
Hi, Mr. Peabody. Oh. Have you told them about the way back?
I was just getting to that. When I adopted Sherman, I vowed to be the best father I could be, to prepare him for all the wonders of the world, present and past. And so Sherman inspired the greatest invention of my life, a time machine. Of course, time travel can be a bit unpredictable. There are bound to be a few mishaps along the way.
Let's just say the Leaning Tower of Pisa wasn't always leaning.
But there's nothing like learning the lessons of history firsthand. Right, Sherman?
Where are we going today, Mr. Peabody?
Not where, Sherman. When?
Whoa, this is the biggest house I've ever seen.
It's the Palace of Versailles, home of Marie Antoinette. You know, she was mostly famous for one thing.
Cake! I love cake so much. Marie Antoinette sure likes cake, Mr. Peabody.
Indeed she does. Marie was a woman with a prodigious appetite for all things covered with frosting. But her expensive tastes made her the target of much criticism.
Why?
Because, Sherman, during Marie's reign, the common people of France were exceedingly poor.
Got any bread? No! I'm exceedingly poor!
Now can we have some cake? May we? Oh, yeah, sorry. May we have some cake? May we? Maybe she can't hear me through the hair.
Sherman, what the Queen means is...
Let them eat cake!
Queen heard the poor of Paris could not even buy bread. She said, let them eat cake! No!
Oui, I heard it myself!
It's a scandal! It's an outrage! Down with the Queen!
Down with the monarchy!
Wait! What kind of cake?
Smashing party, Your Majesty. But now I'm afraid Sherman and I must be... Sherman? Sherman? Sherman! Sherman? Sherman! Dear Sherman!
Hey, Mr. Peabody.
What are you doing in here?
Trying these other cakes. There's one in here with whipped cream and strawberries that's pretty fantastic.
Sherman, don't you remember why I told you to stay close to me during the French Revolution?
Because after the French Revolution, it was gonna rain?
Close. I said after the French Revolution comes the reign of terror!
Round up the aristocrats! The Queen and her aristocratic cronies must pay the price for their gluttony! We will slaughter them like the dogs they are! Starting with this one!
Mr. Peabody! What should I do?
Nothing, Sherman. Just stay right there.
But Mr. Peabody!
Everything's going to be fine, Sherman. Just stay right there.
Off with his head!
Mr. Peabody!
A cantaloupe? The most of the fruits. Who dares to insult me with this melon? Get that dog!
Mr. Peabody, how'd you escape?
It's simple, Sherman. I noticed the distance between the sewer lids, reasoned that there must be one directly under the guillotine platform, noted the loose board under the basket, computed the angle at which the setting sun would bounce off your glasses, momentarily blinding the executioner, and chose that moment to swipe the executioner's melon, giving me the added weight to tip the boards, facilitating my exit.
That's amazing.
It's not amazing. It was just a matter of keeping my head.
Huh. Keeping your head up. I don't get it.
There he is! After them!
Come, Sherman, quick!
Oh, this water tastes terrible.
Interestingly, that's not water.
I've got you now.
Indeed you have, Monsieur Robespierre, and what a master of the chase you are.
Oh, you noticed?
Of course, doubling back on me like that was genius.
Thank you.
I just hope you don't take my little Confederate here. I depend on him so completely.
Get over here, you.
Drats, you're devilishly clever.
I know, and much quicker than you as well.
But are you quick enough for this?
See? Quick.
Quick, yes, but not too smart.
Oh! Another cantaloupe! You're so...
All right, Sherman, looks like it's time for a little pop quiz in the art of fencing. Go!
Attack! Parry! Thrust! Repeat!
No.
Remise!
Good boy!
Ha-ha! You missed!
I never miss. Come on! Do you smell that, Sherman?
It wasn't me, Mr. Peabody!
I know it wasn't you. It's the methane gas in his sewer system. And given the fact that it ignites at 306 degrees Fahrenheit, we're about to use it to blast out of here! Hang on! Nice landing, eh, Sherman? So what did you learn today, Sherman?
That French Revolution was crazy.
How so?
All those guys getting their heads chopped off, and nobody stand up and saying it wasn't right.
And think, Marie Antoinette could have avoided the whole revolution if she'd simply issued an edict to distribute bread amongst the poor. But then she couldn't have had a dessert.
Why not, Mr. Peabody?
Because, Sherman, you can't have your cake and edict too.
I don't get it. Where are we gonna go tomorrow, Mr. Peabody? Ancient Rome? The Wild West? 1492?
No, Sherman, tomorrow we won't be going to any of those places.
Oh, why not?
Because tomorrow's adventure is one that you're going to be taking all on your own.
What do you mean, Mr. Peabody?
Don't you remember? It's your first day of school.
Oh, can I drive?
Of course not. And remember, Sherman, I before E, except after C.
I know, Mr. Peabody!
And don't forget about the commutative principle. 2 plus 3 equals 3 plus 2.
I know, Mr. Peabody!
And if you have to go to the bathroom, just raise your hand proudly and say, I have to go.
I will, Mr. Peabody!
And remember, the number 2 pencil is standard for most uses, but there are times when a number 1 comes in handy. I left a little pencil jar in your backpack, which you can consult if it ever becomes a judgment call.
I think I'll be okay! Okay, bye, Mr. Peabody!
Wait,
See you after school!
Sherman!
I gotta go! I gotta sign up for the club!
Sherman, no one is more in favor of participation in fraternal organizations than I. But before you go, I want you to have this.